vending machines don't have that.
What that metal monstrosity is, don't you?
It's a pipeline. Moves Mako pumped in Midgard to the outlying towns and whatever else.
You call it a pipeline, but I call it a funnel. One that drains the planet's lifeblood into Shinra's pockets.
Do that again? I'm all warmed up.
Hey there. You folks buying or selling?
We're here for the Chocobo and Moogle card.
Of course you are. Hate to break it to you, but ain't no way I'm giving up that beaut. At least, not to some dabbler who fancies himself a collector. Unless you more than dabble. Tell you what, you beat me, and that card is all yours. So, you game? Then bust out those cards, boy. You've got some serious skills, son. Joke's on me for thinking otherwise. Deal's a deal. Here's your card. But next time you go up against me, I'll be bringing my A game.
Let's go.
Is currently on high alert.
I don't want to think about it.
Hey, Dad, have you heard of Queen's Blood?
I tell you the whole thing. So, let me get this straight.
Breaking news at this hour. Avalanche.
You did it! You got my baby back! To be honest, this isn't the first card I've lost. And considering just how many I've lost, one this rare is definitely wasted on me. Here. It's probably better off with you.
Really?
But only until I've gotten good enough to win it back. Whew. That's a weight off my mind. Right, enough of that. How about I fix you two your drinks? So, this guy moved here recently from Midgar, left after the Sector 7 tragedy. You know how it is. Anyway, he kept raving about this incredible cocktail served at a famous bar in the Undercity. Seventh Heaven. Don't know if you heard of the joint. They called it the Cosmo Canyon. Pretty, don't you think? Go on, drink up.
Thanks. You know, that was just what I needed.
Knew you'd like it. Although apparently, my version pales in comparison to the Undercity original. So much so, the guy flat out refuses to order it again.
Pinch of salt. That'll give it the kick it needs. Trust me.
Salt, huh? Hey, that's pretty clever. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. Wait, don't tell me. You're the one who invented the Cosmo Canyon, aren't you? You're that Seventh Heaven bartender.
Not today, but someday soon. When we do open up a new place, swing by. I'll make you a Cosmo Canyon myself.
Okay, but I'm holding you to that. I'll be there opening night, with bells on. Promise.
The suspect in charge of public security is confident they will be apprehended. Local insurgents are believed to have played a role in their escape.
It's important to make sure they've got plenty to eat. Need to be nice and plump so they fetch a high price.
This stuff here ain't feed.
Hey, glad to see Shinra hasn't got you yet. Seeing as you're here, mind help me with something? I'm Oliver, by the way, owner of this farm. Got fiend trouble. Every night it comes after my livestock. At least I assume a fiend's to blame. Think you could find and deal with it? Appreciate it. That your dog there? Mind if I pet him?
I don't, but he might.
Who's a good boy? It's you. Something tells me he's not all bark. Hey, you know, your pup might be able to track the fiend's scent. Maybe try sniffing around the scene of the crime.
Here.
So?
It's been several days since the attack, so the scent isn't fresh. Other animals have come and gone as well. This won't be easy.
Think a chocobo could handle it?
Their sense of smell is indeed impressive, but this trail is still quite poor. Though if you wish to try, I won't stop you.
He's got something.
What? Well, I still have a faint impression of the scent. Together, we can find the beast.
Seriously? Time to burn fluff. Let's do this. No holding back. Calling down. Nothing to it. You want to track it from here on out?
No, the chocobo has led us this far after all. There was a struggle here not long ago. I can help guide the bird, ensure it doesn't stray.
Bring it. It's on now.
There.
That's the right. All good. Not looking good. Just getting started.
Sorry, should have paid more attention. Got some fight left in you. You got this!
Great. Last long.
Hang in there.
What the hell?
Hey, fight's not over yet! Always did like a challenge. Let's turn this around! This ain't nothing! Got it! Fuck on this!
I got you.
This ain't happening.
This can't be how it ends.
That's the way to do it.
Piece of cake.
Not good enough!
Call it now. No escape, that's it.
Let's keep it up.
Okay, let's go!
Is that it?
Check this shit out! Suck on this!
Ultimately, Kevin Sullivan, who at this point is in the middle of a Varsity Club reboot, wow, such forward thinking, regains power as head booker in WCW, but that's not met well by a lot of the wrestlers in the back. So now you've got like dozens of wrestlers who are apparently threatening or planning to threaten to ask for their release should this go through. And that's the four you know about. There are so many more than that. There's Shane Douglas, there's Juventud Guerrera, Conan, Kidman, Rey Mysterio, so many other wrestlers besides the Radicals, as they would come to be known, that won out. Now, ultimately, a lot of them would back off because they've had a fear of job security. Some were talked down and told they would get a nice push if they stuck around. Now, of course, there are still some holdouts who are planning on leaving as a result of Sullivan regaining the booking power. And you're going to see a few of those guys in action tonight, one of whom in the main event. Needless to say, all the backstage goings-on are far more fascinating than what's happening with the on-air product, because, oh yeah, it's still garbage at this time, let's not forget. 14,132 folks in the arena. It was reported that nearly half of this crowd was papered, but it's a vocal crowd nonetheless. 115,000 pay-per-view buys, one of the highest numbers they'll do all year. There's no opening hype package, it's probably all out of date anyway. We begin with Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, and Bobby Heenan on commentary, and Schiavone and Tenay explain that the whole card is being adjusted due to the injuries sustained by Bret Hart and Jeff Jarrett. Now, instead of Benoit versus Jarrett in 3 matches for the US title and Bret versus Sid for the WCW title, we now have Benoit versus Sid for the vacant title. Heenan furiously looking through his nose as Schiavone and Tenay keep explaining what the fuck has happened is truly getting the strength. It's a great match here. They show a pre-show segment where the Revolution beats up Conan. They've been attacking the Filthy Animals a lot in recent weeks. We then get some match graphics, and man, these are bad. They explain that the Triple Threat Theater, the 3 separate matches that was supposed to have Benoit and Jarrett, will still go on, but now it's going to be Billy Kidman of the Filthy Animals Animals, wrestling 3 different members of Revolution. He's going to wrestle Dean Malenko first in a catch-as-catch-can match, then you got Perry Saturn in a bunkhouse brawl, and a mystery opponent in a caged heat match later on. They tossed to another pre-show segment where David Flair and Crowbar beat up Vampiro. Vamp was meant to challenge for the tag belt to a mystery partner, but now instead Vampiro wants them both by himself, and it turns into a 3-way dance. Why not? They're running down the whole card now, and boy, I have never been less excited for a pay-per-view. My favorite part about all this, besides the shot of Heenan looking through his notes, is at the end of that, after they're all done, and they go to the entrance for the very next match, you hear Mike Tenay go, "We did it!" Like, yes, what a self-congratulatory moment for the announcers here, going through for the first, 5 minutes of this show, trying to explain just how fucking nuts everything has gone and trying to stay as professional as they can. My heart goes out to them for sure. The first match of the show is part 1 of the Triple Threat Theater. It's billed as a catch-as-catch-can match as Kidman takes on the Revolution's Dean Malenko. Now, the Revolution, which is Malenko, Saturn, formerly Chris Benoit, all led by Shane Douglas, recently been doing this whole anti-America angle as of late, like they're fighting with Jim Duggan and trying to get him to renounce America while they're simultaneously fighting the filthy animals. Now, the rules for this matchup are if you leave the ring, if your feet touch the floor, you lose. This was originally meant to be a dungeon match. It was Benoit versus Jarrett, and the idea was there were going to be no ropes. And I'm just going to say right now, that sounds way more boring than the original dungeon match from Fully Loaded 98. Some early back and forth drafts here. Kidman gets some punches in. Malenko instinctively powders out of the ring, which means that after some confusion, the match is over. Well then, my God, there is nothing more emblematic of what a shit show WCW is turning into than them opening with a match on pay-per-view where the participants can't even remember the stipulation.
Did my legs shrink? I knew Alaska Airlines premium class had extra leg room, but this is different. I'm gonna try and cross my...
Woo! That's nice! Every lunch for the past 2 months, I've been eating Huel Instant Milk Cups, and it's changed the game for me. It's as easy as...
I mean, this was an honest mistake, by Malenko here. It's what you do early in the match. You take the heat early on, you powder, you catch your breath, and that's what you do. So I'm not upset with Malenko. I don't blame him for what he did here. But in the moment, yeah, those ropes are still up. Like maybe if the ropes were down, they could have remembered, oh, don't leave the ring. But when you're in that mode, those mistakes happen. But it here happened on pay-per-view, and you've already changed up so much of the card due to circumstance already. So what's one more? This feels like very much a symbol, very symbolic, King, of just what the company's going through at this time. And it's hard to believe this is Dean Malenko's last match in WCW. We got Mean Gene Okerlund in the promo zone with Vampiro. When he's asked if he can beat Flair and Crowbar at the same time, suddenly Masahiro Chono shows up. He yells something in Japanese, and we don't see him the rest of the show. What the hell was that? Then we get another promo with David Flair, Crowbar, and Daphne. They so crazy.
I'm gonna break his bones. And I'm gonna rip his flesh.
And I'm gonna pick clean what's left of him.
Our next match is billed as a 3-way dance, though it's technically a triple threat as Vampiro takes on David Flair and Crowbar. Like I mentioned, Flair and Crowbar are the current WCW Tag Team Champions. What happened was, at the start of the year, Scott Hall was injured, and so he and Kevin Nash's tag belts were held up, and they had a lethal lottery tournament on Nitro to see who the new champions would be. As this episode is going on, David Flair meets Crowbar for the first time as Crowbar works as a gas station attendant. And so that union is made. They make it all the way to the finals of the Lethal Lottery, and Arn Anderson, who is Flair's godfather, screws the NWO out of the titles and allows Flair and Crowbar to win them. Dreams do come true. The tag champs working together in this every man for himself match. Vamp and Crowbar doing the bulk of the work here to protect David and his lack of experience. Those two at least are looking good. Flair's chops seem to have no effect, so Crowbar wants to turn, but he takes a spinning heel kick. Vamp chops back. Vampiro and David on the outside. Crowbar planches onto both of them. Falls up with a big splash off the apron onto Vampiro. Flair still moves like a baby deer learning how to walk. We get a top deck superplex by Vampiro. Crowbar even using his tag partner as a weapon against their opponent. Crowbar and Vampiro go for the old Kidman counter, but they don't quite pull it off. They get a new fucked up chant. Vampiro makes up for it by dropping Flair on his head to the fans' delight. God, this match just keeps on going. It feels like these three are making it up as they go along. David goes to the figure 4 and it looks like crap. Crowbar hits a flying move. The camera kind of misses, but Flair breaks up the pin. Daphne comes in and gives David a smooch. We get the roll-up. That still isn't the finish. Vamp outsmarts David and Daph, hits the finisher on David, and the match is finally over. I give it 1 star out of 5. There were some fun moments in that matchup. I don't think all of them were meant to be intentional. And there were some times here as I'm watching, like I said, it feels like there's kind of like waiting for the next thing to happen. They're making it up as they go. I wonder if they were told, hey, you gotta add and pad some time here because this last match went way shorter than what we allotted. So maybe do some more moves, crowbar, do some more dives. And that's basically what we got here. You know, it was just crazy. Again, they're trying to make the best out of a bad situation. I find it hard to believe that there was nobody that could have put Vampiro with that was available. Like, why was Chono showing up at the end of that thing? We never hear from him again. So I don't understand why he popped in there. You know, I hope he got paid well for his quick trip to and from the US. Buff Bagwell entering the arena. He'll be taking on DDP later tonight. Elsewhere, Mean Gene's with the Mamalukes, Disco Inferno, and Tony Marinara. Disco is their reluctant helper because he owes the family money, evidently. The future Tony Mamaluke immediately leaves. Not bad for a day's work. Can Big Vito and Johnny the Bull take on the Harris boys? They say they're confident and they're telling Disco he'd better have their back. So we go to that match now as the Harris boys take on the Mamalukes. The Harris boys, formerly Creative Control, working for the powers that be, but soon after Starrcade, that storyline was abandoned. Vince Russo would not come back on air in any capacity until April, so the Harrises are on their own now. Johnny the Bull with some quick moves on Don or Ron to start things off. I guess the one with a Titan logo on his tank top is Ron Harris, according to Shivani, which kind of kills my joke for the rest of this matchup. But I will say, his explanation as to how he could tell them apart, I think is pretty subtle and pretty brilliant.
It's all in the tattoos.
Vito with some very interesting theatrics before bringing the elbow down to Ron's groin. Don beats up Johnny on the outside for a bit, which allows the twins to take over. Ron with a blatant low blow to Johnny a couple minutes later, but the Bull remains resilient. Vito pressuring Disco to get involved on the outside, but Glenn looks conflicted. The twins go for a double pile driver, but the Mamalukes escape. Disco gets up and tries to cost Vito the match, but inadvertently helps them win. Oopsie! I'm gonna give it 1.5 stars out of 5. I thought the match was just okay, although I am confused by the finish. Why would Disco Inferno so blatantly try and cost his own guys the match, considering that he is supposedly, you know, on the hook with his family and threatened to be killed over some gambling debts? Medusa's having a chat with Spice backstage. She says she's had enough of Oklahoma, 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 Oklahoma. It's the Cruiserweight Championship match. Are you ready, kids? You've got Made in the USA Medusa defending against Oklahoma, aka writer Ed Ferrara doing a Jim Ross impersonation. He's no longer contorting his face to look as if he has Bell's palsy, for the most part at least, and boy, he and Russo are just copying their own homework at this point because Oklahoma is doing the exact same misogynist gimmick that Jeff Jarrett did in the WWF in '99 before leaving for WCW. So who stands up for women but the current Cruiserweight champion in Medusa? The one-time Alundra Blaze is finally given a here damn championship once it becomes clear they're never making a women's title. In the week leading up to this big match, Oklahoma single-handedly beat up Asia and Medusa, and that whole segment was weird as hell because Medusa was just not dressed for the occasion. It was not fitting the vibe. Medusa rocking her patriotic outfit here. Hard to believe this woman who used to have wars with Bull Nakano's got to carry Ferrara in a pay-per-view match. He is clearly blown from 3 hair mares, and that's not a work, folks. We got a funny spot, though, where Oklahoma dodges the corner attack, but not quite. It's really the highlight of the whole match. Medusa with a second rope drop kick. Another missile drop kick. She goes for a third, and I think Oklahoma holds onto the ropes, and Medusa misses. It's a bad angle. He's got the barbecue sauce, folks. You know what's coming up next. Spice, the former Nitro girl, takes it from him, though. Asia comes back and helps her beat Oklahoma up. It is a total beatdown on the outside. The referee's just sitting here letting it all go. Back in the ring, Oklahoma tries to pants Medusa to distract her. Not the worst roll-up I've ever seen. Oklahoma is the new Cruiserweight champion. God help us all. The ladies beat him up after the match and sauce him. Oh yeah, Medusa's really hung up on losing her title. Fuck me. This one here, folks, is a negative 5-star damage because holy shit, like, I mean, what can you say about this matchup here? I mean, I guess you got to give credit to Oklahoma for not tripping on himself during the course of this matchup. I think it's the least you could ask of from him, but like, what do Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara think? That this is like compelling television? Like this is gonna get fans to watch? Like we just saw this non-wrestler beat up Medusa, who's got this like actual pedigree to her name and everything. and beats her for a championship. So now you've completely made, you know, if people didn't already have a bad enough opinion for whatever reason of Medusa winning the Cruiserweight Championship, then Oklahoma winning it is definitely going to bury it. You might as well throw it in the trash of the TV Championship at this point, because that's the kind of care you are showing it at this point. And I don't know how any self-respecting WCW fan, an existing one at least, can look at this and go, oh man, this is just my shit. Mean Gene's backstage with Brian Knobbs with 1B. BK showing love to his mentor Finley, says he will destroy Meng and Smiley in the next match, then he'll beat Finley into a coma because the student will become the master. Honestly, it's a pretty kick-ass promo. On we go now to a match for the hard way for the Hardcore Championship. Brian Knobbs defends against Finley, Norman Smiley, and the man called Ming.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
One notable thing about the build for this matchup is that on the Monday before the show, Knobbs and Finley beat the hell out of each other backstage in a segment that doesn't even make air and had to be pushed to Thunder in highlight form. That's just a great use of their time. Then on that same episode of Thunder, Knobbs actually beats Norman Smiley for the Hardcore Championship in the parking lot. So here's a question for you. Which came first? Was it Brian Knobbs and Finley's homage to New Jack, or the Dudley Boys' homage to New Jack? Because right around the same time here, I think it's actually the Dudley Boys who do it first. At the end of December in '99, the Dudleys debuted that brand new camo look, the colored camo, that blue look, which eventually becomes like red and white and black, and they have like a gray and white and black as well. But then like right after they debut that look, you see Knobbs and Finley also change their outfits, because, you know, Brian Knobbs, he was wearing the Nasty Boys outfit for a long time. Now he's got a very similar getup. He's teaming with Finley, who also has a very similar getup. Something tells me that there was a little bit of cheating and looking over somebody's notes from one side or the other, but I think it was the Dudleys who did it first. Maybe I'm wrong, let me know in the comments if I am. Norman nervously dinks Meng in the head, which of course has no effect. Meng kicks the can right into Norman's face, and down he goes. Brilliant. Norman continues to get the hell beat out of him, screaming all the while. It's just a chaotic brawl here. Bobby Heenan says time to get out the cops with the hoses. Knobbs is thrown through a table set up on the outside. Smiley and Finley fight into the crowd. Norman is once again outmatched. Knobbs is knocked out by something off camera. Norman re-enters the ring, sees that now is his time. It's the Big Wiggle. He gets blasted with a riot shield in midair, though. Knobbs wins and retains the championship. I give it 2 stars out of 5, mostly on the strength of Norman Smiley's selling throughout this, because he was just a joy to watch. I tell you what, looking at the people in this match, this is probably the most like competent, technically sound brawl, like hardcore style you're gonna get, given how all 4 of these guys are objectively like good workers. It's now time for part 2 of Triple Threat Theater. It's a bunkhouse brawl as Kidman takes on Perry Saturn. The match starts out pretty academic for what's billed as a no disqualification match. Holy crap, what a springboard by Saturn over the ropes and that collision into Kidman. Saturn showing off more of the agility here, wearing down Kidman, ripping his shirt and using it to throw him across the ring. Kidman keeps kicking out though, even from a big ass.
No problem!
That's that.
Sorry. We're done here. Go get some!
Time to get on now. Calling out.
All warmed up.
This road's seen better days.
Much of the Republic's infrastructure has fallen into disrepair after years of neglect.
And you know damn well Shinra ain't about to spend a single gil on shit they don't use.
Is it true the Republic used to run buses between towns?
Yes, though that service ended when awarded.
In other words, we gotta hoof it, cause Shinra's run by tightwads.
Well, I don't mind. It's kind of fun exploring the great outdoors.
You do you.
How could you ditch us like that, boss? Don't be an idiot. I had to for the treasure, obviously. I was inconsolable.
My gun better be real funny.
What's that? Oh, it's like when you're, consolable.
What the hell was that?
Ah. Oh, I get it. You think that Merc's gonna come after us?
Nothing, huh? Oh,
Okay.
well.
We'll hide out here till that Merc gives up.
Hey, boss. Can we eat yet?
I'm hungry.
I like my
Ain't ready
meat
yet,
rare.
dingus. We call it well done, cause shit's gotta get done well, not poorly.
Yeah, but I think you got it done too.
Wonder how much the guys got.
Are you a chef? You got a puffy hat?
No.
Show me the meat! Okay, we'll hide out here until that merc gives up.
Hey, boss. Can we eat yet? I'm hungry.
It ain't ready yet, dingus. We call it well done, cause shit... If that's not well done, I don't know what is. Presenting the finest food you'll ever eat. Quick, fucking bird! You're the best, boss! Turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. Okay, boys, time to chow down! Only the best for you guys. Okay, enough talk. Let's dig in. They found us! We're so dead! Get a grip, would ya? So, you want this thing that bad, huh? Way you came after us, I figured. Which means I was right all along. This thing's worth a fortune. So we ain't just gonna give it up, dumbass!
I don't have time for this.
Right now, boss! Relax, boys. I've got just the plan. I call it baiting the hook.
Yeah, hook and the bait. So what? What's the bait?
For all intensive purposes, it's you.
Me?
Here, take this.
Thanks. Can I eat it?
Tuck it for the gotcha!
No! Don't eat me!
If this is what you want. Yeah, there! Come on!
Too bad. Here we go.
Bring it! Come on!
That was so worth it!
Whatever. You can track it, can't you?
Huh?